Today in Grow a Garden in Roblox, I have 7 things I would love to see added to the game, and they're not little things. They are big features, and some of them are really cool, and I can't wait to talk about them. If this sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button, become part of the 200k OGs on the channel, and let's get into the video. The first thing I want to see added to Grow a Garden coming very soon is a huge seasonal update for the big holidays like Halloween and Christmas. And I'm not talking about a 1 or 2 week thing. I want to see Jandal and the developers go all out in the month of October and in the month of December. Just picture this, if you will. It's October 1st, and all of a sudden the map has changed a little bit. There's some leaves on the ground, and things are starting to look withered and dead. Maybe there's some trees in the background and some pumpkins lying around. And then in the second week of October, it gets even bigger. And then the third week, and then finally the fourth week of October, it's full on Halloween. You could have new Halloween pets themed every single week, new Halloween themed fruits themed every single week. So instead of a 2-week event, like we had with Dino, like we had with Bees, like we had with Zen, it would be a 4-week event. And then the same thing in Christmas. A little bit of snow in week 1. And then by the time Christmas rolls around, you've got Christmas trees and ornaments and pets and the whole 9 yards. I want to see them go all out in October and all out in December for huge month-long events that culminate in the final week with a really cool finish. Now, the second major update I want Jandal and the developers to bring to Grow a Garden here in Roblox is pets loadouts. I don't know about you, but I am constantly swapping pets around as I'm simply doing things in this game. Every time I want to hatch eggs, maybe I need to bring out my 8 koi so I can get bonus eggs, or bring out my 8 ostriches so I can hatch mega mutations. Whenever I want to go and do reclaiming on my plants, I gotta bring out my 8 squirrels. Whenever I want to age up pets, I gotta bring out pets that do that. On and on and on. I'm constantly swapping pets. So having a loadout where I can just click a button and boom, I swap out these pets for this loadout of pets would be so nice. It would be a great quality of life feature. And I would put the button right up here beside active pets. You can have a button right here. That's loadout number 1. And then a button right here. That's loadout number 2. And a button. See, you can do that. You can do 3, maybe 4 buttons in this space right beside the X button to swap between loadouts. I don't know how difficult that would be to do, but I think it would bring so much value to everybody in Grow a Garden. Now, at number 3, I have a very important piece of information that I hope Jandal hears and the developer hears. When we get events, and we love the weekly events, they're fantastic, and I'm very glad that Jandal has a team to help him prepare these events. When you're designing the events, fundamentally from the ground up, reduce, if not remove, the downtime. What do I mean by this? For example, in the current event, there's far too much waiting around. We have to sit here and wait for our things to grow. We have to sit here and wait for the food to cook. And then you have to wait for the right craving to appear to hand in the food. There's too much waiting around versus something like the summer harvest event where sure, we weren't doing something all the time, but for those 10 minutes, of the harvest event, we were working like crazy to farm tomatoes to throw them into the event. And then for the Zen event, we had multiple methods allowing us to actively farm to acquire all the best rewards. Being active in Grow a Garden is a huge difference to just kind of jumping on our fences and waiting for things to cook. It's just not as fun. Now, at number 4, this one's pretty cool, and I've been thinking about this for a while, and then all of a sudden, Jandal decided to put a little bit of a taste, a little bit of a test of this exact thing I was talking about. So I'm hoping this is just the beginning of many more things like this in the future, and that is cosmetics that do things, that affect things. My concept in my brain was we have plants, and plants are the basis of Grow a Garden. You have to grow plants to grow fruits to make money in this game. That is the base level. Level up from that, level 2 is pets. Acquiring pets that affect the game, affect the size of the plants, affect the size of the fruits, affect the ability to farm them, break every rule in the game. Pets is the second level. I want to see a third level of design space. You can have those in cosmetics, and you can have special cosmetics. You can call them unique cosmetics. Give them a unique label. And you can only have so many unique cosmetics in your garden, so you don't just shove 100 of them into the garden, right? Let's say you limit it to 5 uniques in your garden at one time. And these unique cosmetics could do things. For example, maybe you have a unique cosmetic that increases the speed that eggs hatch, like an egg incubator object. Or maybe you have a cosmetic that increases your player's run speed or jump speed. Or you have a cosmetic that does, I don't know, increases the growth speed of plants or the growth side of fruits. But you're limited in the number of these cosmetics you can have in your garden, hence calling them something like unique and making the limit 5 or 10 or whatever you feel is balanced. I think we need a new level of customization and planning and strategy in this game, just above plants and pets. Now this one, speaking about that, is also kind of cool. Guys, at number 5, I want to see riding added to Grow a Garden. I want to saddle up my pets and move around this map for fun. It doesn't have any functionality. It doesn't have any purpose. It's just fun. I want to get on top of that giant, mega, huge ostrich and ride around the map. I want to get on top of my toucan and fly around the map just for fun. I think a rideable thing that you can unlock in the game, throw it in the gear shop, make it craftable, make it only work on certain ages of pets. You know how we have age 50 pets for mutations? How about age 100 pets to ride them? I don't care how you want to do it. Just give us the option to ride our pets around the map for fun, because I think it would just be kind of neat to do, and it's not even that important. Just kind of interesting. Point number 6, and this is probably one of the more interesting points, one of the more unique points, and maybe even one of the more important points. I have a struggle. And other people I've noticed have also had a struggle. Sometimes I join public servers and I'm just doing that to look for things to trade. And I'm like, I'm not finding people who are interested in trading on public servers. Sure, I can go to Discord servers, but those Discord servers are filled with some pretty incredible tryhards. I just want to have some fun trading. I'm looking for some fun things. I can't do that on regular servers because most people aren't here for that. You know what we need in Grow a Garden? We need a second server type. The trading world. We need a trading world. For example, let's say right beside the pet mutation box is right here is a portal. You can have a little purple wispy little portal right here. And then you click it and you go to a new server attached to this server. In there, you don't have your garden. You just have yourself and whatever's in your inventory. And you can fit, I'm not sure what would be the appropriate number. You can do 10 people. You can do 20 people. You can do 50 people, whatever's appropriate and design space. And in there, it's meant for people to trade. I can hold up my T-Rex and go, I have a T-Rex. I'm looking for whatever. And everyone on that server is there for trading because it's called the trading world. It's difficult to program to being redirected from the game you're in right now to click on a portal and be redirected to another game, another server. I understand that's not the simplest thing to do, but I think having a trading world built into Grow a Garden is the next step in its evolution now that we have trading tickets. I think this is an awesome idea, and I'm hoping the developers implement it. And my 7th and final thing that I want to see the developers add to Grow a Garden is seed and gear trading. Please, just let us trade seeds. I have bone blossoms on my alts. I want to grow into huge plants on my main. Please let me do it. And that's everything I have for you today, guys. Hopefully this video was valuable to you. If it was, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.